questions that I get asked all the time. So, if you are a skincare professional, a nurse that wants to open her own aesthetic practice, I'm the gal for you. I know I get so many messages on, like, hey, Steph, if I come and train with you, am I really going to be able to reduplicate what you do in your practice? Will I be able to make money? Will I be able to do this without a physician? Well, the answer is yes. You will be able to do all of those things. And I want to show you today the behind the scenes, kind of what really goes on in my office during a training. So, I like to let you know, first of all, when you do come to Cape Charles, the number size is very small with regard to, I'm going to just show this, with regard to training. I feel it's super important to get super great hands-on training. You can't do that in a large group. And yes, these procedures that we're doing are fairly less technical, but the fact remains is when you start doing these procedures, you have to have the confidence, you have to have the muscle memory. These things are very important when you open your practice with confidence, and you may be adding to your practice with confidence. So make sure that if you are steering yourself into this field and you want the procedures that I provide, that you really make sure you're going to get good hands-on training. And I do provide that. So once you get to beautiful Cape Charles, Virginia, all accommodations are taken care of in my condo. I did fail to put some pictures in here, but they're on my website as well. And we do lots of fun things. And let me just show you. So if you guys have questions, I see you guys are hopping on. Feel free to go ahead and in the comments, ask me a question, or you can private message me a little later. I'll be able to answer those as well. But this weekend, we had a super great time. And I can tell you all that when I set up models for training for my nurses or estheticians, skincare professionals here in Cape Charles, they are the bomb diggity. They aren't just a skin tag here or there. They've got lots of irregularities that will keep your hands busy. And I say to anyone that is training, if it's a Skin Classic training and we are going to them to train, it is so important to have great models. Models can make or break your training. If you bring a model to the training with no irregularities, no wrinkles, no hyperpigmentation, no nothing, well, that's a big nothing burger. You're not going to learn anything out of that. What you will get here are clients that have off the hook stuff to work with. And anybody out there that has trained with me here knows exactly what I'm talking about. Let me get to a couple different things here. So this was we have a little fun, right? And a lot of you know. Hey, everybody. Stephanie Halvick here of RN Faces. I am here with two lovely nurses from the Delmarva Peninsula, Suzanne in the back and Gertie right next to me. We've been spotting owls on our way home from the office. We have been fracked big time. These girls have been fracking nearly everybody in Cape Charles. We've been slaying skin tags. Now we're off to the condos, some dinner, and a concert. Woohoo! Tell us about your day, girls.
Oh, hey, I have been fracking and I have been fracked.
And you've been doing a wonderful job of it. Suzanne?
I've been fracked.
You've been fracked. Well, I think I'm the only one here that hasn't been fracked, but I'm looking forward to it, hopefully tomorrow. So we're going to have a great time tonight. We're going to the concert in the park. Us nurses know how to live.
and we're going to dinner. So, hey, if you are a nurse and you're in a cosmetic practice like these guys, they have offices in Lewis, Delaware and Chincoteague. You're going to have to go see these gals. They do wonderful procedures, take really great care of their clients, and we have an all-around great time. So we're making a turn here in the Maritime Forest after a great day. We're in store for another day at the office tomorrow. Probably going to be an early, somewhat night. We're exhausted from all the fracking we did. So we'll catch you all later and say goodbye, girls. See you tomorrow, girls. Bye.
So as you can see, we do mix a little business and pleasure. And yes, we generally have dinner. We do have dinner together. And this weekend, we were treated to a concert in the park that was really, really fun. And so let me get on with what else happens. The more important things, right? I mean, this is fun stuff. We get to mix it up. But
Hey, everybody.
let's go here. So, okay, so we get right to it. My clients come in and they may have a potpourri of different things to work with. And I get our nurses to start working right away. Here, we're working on a very large keratosis, and we're using our famous tag probe with the Skin Classic. You can see she's doing a fabulous job. And not only that, but remember that these videos that I captured during our training together can be used in their social media. So my clients allow us to video, take pictures, etc.
And then with this one,
So that's
you
really
know how you've
important
seen
too.
me
The
go
experience is
around
great,
with it,
but
with the point
having
maybe kind of
being
going
able to
underneath of it. That's what you'll want to do.
qualify and quantify what you have
So,
done
I kind of lift
really
it.
makes a big difference. So we're just going to get to the next one because I just want to show you a few more. I don't want to belabor everything, but you'll get the idea. And here we're doing a microdermabrasion with the Dermafrac. So, and yes, it does look very easy to do. And
Weather's been
Suzanne
nice
is
too.
doing a fabulous job. Good morning, Brenda. I'm so glad to see you. Maybe one of these days you'll make it out over here. I know you're a very accomplished esthetician, but you might make it out to Cape Charles. Would love to have you. Anyway, so this is the microdermabrasion for the Dermafrac. And this nice gentleman has been a model for us before. He had lots and lots of keratosis. He actually had one the size of a doorknob on his torso. So you might remember him from one of my trainings. But he did have a few more keratosis. And like your clients will have maybe a multitude of irregularities at one time, you'll clear them out. But from time to time, things will creep up on them. So they'll always need to come back and see you. And when they're cleared out, they're happy. And then the minute they start to see something, they're giving you a call. Hey, I got a few more of those things. Can I come down and get treated? So this is an example of that type of thing that goes on in my office with clients that want more treatment. So we'll move on here. And it does that like that. So I have a lot of video, and you can see these all today on my YouTube if you don't want to sit through, because this slideshow is not going to be available, but you can go to my YouTube channel and see these in their entirety. Some of these videos are the length of 34 minutes, some are 2 minutes, some are 5 minutes. So you can really see behind the scenes, and you'll see how I direct my nurses. You know, they're doing the work. And this is a first time for a lot of people. So there are always adjustments that need to be made, like to stretch the skin a little bit more, to angle the hand a little bit more. So you'll hear this and you'll see how patient I am, how relaxed the training is. It's not an uptight type of environment. So I just want to show you some heavy duty treatment with the Dermafrac. We're working on fine lines, wrinkles, but actually a upper lip scar. And you'll see how kind of hard we work on it. We do the frac kisses, and then we're really working it up. Sometimes with our Dermafrac, we will actually draw blood to the surface. We're using a 0.25 or a 0.50. 0.50 was used here with Rejuvenate, and this client has been with me for a long time and was a loyal once a month Dymatone hydrofacial. Now, because she's been dermafracked, the microneedling, this is her choice procedure that she does in the office. So most of my microdermabrasion clients have shifted over to the dermafrac because it is that type of treatment, but on steroids. They get the serums delivered into the skin at 0.5, and they have loved it. So that was just one, and that was a trainee. So none of these procedures are my procedures. I've just been filming them. Now, some of our clients come with so many different irregularities. And this is the way the hands get trained. The more you have, the more confident you feel. And not only that, these clients that come in, they may have been here at a different training and they're here again. So, my nurses and skincare professionals are privy to these before and after photos on their sites because they've actually had a hand in these videos so they can tout the results on their social media. And that's really important because that really puts a nice feather in our cap, makes us feel better. And what sells to our potential clients is before and after photos. My business runs on before and after photos, before and after videos. That's what brings people into the office, not just interest, but brings them into the office. So here I want to show you, this was a big job and we did so much keratosis on the outside of the face, and on the interior, we're doing a lot of sebaceous hyperplasia. This is the outside portion of this face. Look at all of these large keratosis, and the above ones have been treated. This nice lady uses our overall skincare as well and has been a model. But you may find clients that have multiple types of irregularities, and that doesn't mean that you're going to treat them all at one time.
Right
Maybe
on
you
top of
need
it. See when I
break
stretch
it up.
this?
But I can tell you, clients like
I can
this,
see the
she
little
is
mound
super
of
grateful
yellow.
to be a model
Just
in
a
our class and
tiny
get these
little
done,
circle.
that she'll sit there, even if it's a little uncomfortable. None of these clients have been numbed and they're super comfortable. Let's see this sebaceous hyperplasia in action.
Done.
So you can
No, no.
see that
Do,
oil
do the other one that's
right out
above
of
it.
the skin. And let's see a few more, and then we'll move on. But
Okay.
and so see, now I kind of direct a little bit more. I like to train my skincare professionals to work in certain grids. So we work in lines so that we don't miss anything or we don't treat something twice.
So this is kind of a nice,
So
like,
look at all that nice
this was
sebaceous,
done and
that
here.
seborrheic keratosis
So
treated, and now we're
let's
going
try
ahead
out
with
going
more
onto the other
of the
side and we'll.
sebaceous hyperplasia. So this client was in our office for probably, this treatment took about 20 minutes or so. And this there is again done with people that haven't done this before. So
That's a little
simple
keratosis there. So
procedure.
just
It's not something that is laborious.
This one right here.
Quick, and as you can see, there is instant results. You see the sebum out of the skin. You see the dehydration of the seborrheic keratosis. And of course, that was a little touchy. You could see her eye move around a little bit, but our clients don't mind the quick single. And then after the probe is off the
This way.
skin,
Now we're going to come to
no
the
problem at all.
side here.
So then
We've
we go
done
ahead
these,
to the
and
other side.
I'm going
Just
to try to zero in
I
on
will move on to our
an
next
area like
side. And generally, what happens is this was a 2 nurse training. I do 2 or 3 at the most. So this way, we get to really round robin the procedure. You might do half of the face of a microderm, and the other nurse will do the other half. And it always is beneficial to do that because you get to watch the other nurse do half of a procedure so that in your head you're formulating your game plan. You can see how maybe I have directed how to maybe hold the microneedling device. So it really helps to do the procedure and also watch the procedure. But more importantly, you need to get a lot of hands on. And in my 2-day training, you will get a lot of hands on training. Actually, I felt like we needed to strap on some skates because we were back and forth and back and forth. I have 2 chairs in my office, and clients come in, treatments are quick, but I like for my nurses to see a little bit of everything. So we did at least 15 models, plus they got to do procedures on themselves. And I'll get to that in a little bit. But like this nice gentleman, look at those very large cherry angiomas. So they get to treat large things and smaller things. You can see this video on YouTube. This was just a picture of what we were doing, wasn't the actual procedure. So you'll get to see it on YouTube if you go to my YouTube channel, which is, I think, just RN Faces. So you can go there and do that. Let me get moving here.
Marks here.
Okay, so some of our Dermafrac treatments are more intense than just, say, a red carpet ready treatment. So while I have my nurses here doing Dermafrac treatments, I want to make sure that they can actually get their hands on real live clients with, say, acne scars, really bad hyperpigmentation. Those are the things that will sell the procedure in their own offices when they have before and after photos or video of what they were doing in their class. They will get to own this treatment. So it really makes them the expert in their field, in their area. So let's take a look at this. You will see the Dermafrac in action and how for certain areas, we've already dermafraced her face. You can see how red she is, but she has some acne scarring. It's minimal. However, we like to really get in there with our frac kisses and really get that area sucked up at, say, a 5 level, and we're at 0.5 needles. So you know that that's going to be an extreme treatment. My client's going to be super happy. They may be pretty red that day when we do a more intense treatment. And the next day, in those areas where we really worked a little harder, they may find it to be like a little crusty feeling, like a little rough. But they're taught also to make sure that during procedures, when clients want to align with you, that they need to use their skincare line. I really go over the point of why my clients use Definage. That's what I use in the office. I highly recommend it. It's only really a 2-step process in the day and in the evening. So it's easy for clients to use, but very therapeutic. And they got a chance to see how I sell in my office as well. Most all models that were there are using Definage. We had a few models that were brand new clients, so we could do a full evaluation, consultation, and then decide what it was we were going to do for that client. So we do so much more than just doing procedure after procedure. We actually do what we normally do in our offices every day. And if you are a nurse already in your practice, you know what that looks like. And nurses inherently know all about consultation, aftercare, how to give all that advice. We've done discharge papers for people. We've given them instruction. So this is no different. It's just in the way we deliver it. Now we want to address it verbally, but with the advent of online forms, I use JotForm. You'll see that down in a few minutes. That is so easy to make sure that all of your clients have it electronically, but then we go over it verbally in our office. That is real important. And I'm sure that you all agree that is a big part of what we need to do as skincare professionals for people to be compliant, get the best results for what we're doing for them. So let me show you this. Now, this is one of my superstar clients, and we are dermafracking her for hyperpigmentation. She had very bad acne, and she was breaking out badly before her first Dermafrac treatment. So I know what you're probably going to think. Okay, microneedling and acne don't really add up. But when someone comes to see me, even if they have cystic acne, I will treat them with my Skin Classic to alleviate the acne cysts, and I will dermafrac them, but avoid the area that was treated. Okay, so I can do both procedures at the same time. My very first time I worked on this nice lady, you'll see some video, you're going to see her pictures. I did a dermaplane, I did a dermafrac, and then at the end, that's when I did her cysts. She had a couple of them, one here and I think one below, because I wanted to get the skin in good shape. Now, the 0.5 needle is not going to get into the area where the cyst is. Now, if you have somebody with surface acne, that type of thing, you want to avoid that. The whiteheads, things like that. You don't want to microneedle over that. But these were deep into the skin, which I needed to use the Skin Classic to get that F12 down into the dermis where that cyst is. But I wanted to address the skin health first. When I was done with that Dermafrac treatment, her skin was in tip-top shape, meaning it was healthy, it was infused. So then, and infused with kojic acid so that would start the lightening process. The microneedling helped the health of the skin. So subsequently, she had only 2 treatments. This is her 3rd treatment with the nurses, and they also addressed DPN around her eyes. I had not done that yet, and so I thought that this was a great time for them to address it. So I know, without further ado, let me just play this video. So you can see my nurse, Suzanne from Shinkatig, forming the dermafrac on her cheek. Now she's moving nice and slow and paying attention to those hyperpigmented areas. So when we're doing the dermafrac, we're crisscrossing. We're on her particularly, we are working 4 passes, and we're still after that doing some frac kissing and also frac like going back and forth, really working that hyperpigmentation. And you'll see some results in this next slide that we did, but you can see this is a beautiful job, and she is a brand new fracker. So this is something that can be done very easily. And this client is super compliant. She's using Definage for aftercare and as well at home. And she is staying out of the sun, wears her sunblock, and she's super excited about the results thus far. She, let's see, I want to make sure, I think you're going to see some more focused attention with the Dermafrac. So with this nice client, you know, there's all different ways that we go about treatment. And there's so many different protocols, and that's the beauty of Dermafrac, right? If somebody is really concerned about their face, you're going to give that 4 pass treatment on the face. You might not pay any attention to the neck or the décolleté,
in that
like
area
you might when you want to do red carpet ready treatment. So there are the frac kisses. We've turned our machine up to 5. We really want to get in there and help. See how she's going back and forth. And with this nice
Maybe
client, we
run
did
it
pull up
up
some
like the
pinpoint
up and
bleeding. I
down
have
towards,
a
yes,
video
because it's
on
a little bit
YouTube.
more
And so
longitudinal
the
there.
nurse got to do each side, and they got the same results, some pinpoint bleeding with what we were doing, and that's perfect for this client. Now, not every client do we do that, but we really
And
need
maybe
to
the
get
kisses there could get
fabulous
broken up a
results.
bit.
So she's giving those Dermafrac kisses to those other little areas that are dark. You'll see in the next picture, she's getting an overall lightening effect. The skin texture is so much nicer. She's not breaking out at all. And I'm not using a clarify serum. We're using the lightening serum that has the kojic acid in it. So the microneedling itself is going to help the skin texture, but this is also helping her hyperpigmentation. So I think
And
I'll
that is a
get
little
to the
uncomfortable.
next
She's
slide,
pretty
but
good. I mean,
yes, you can see
Yeah, I was gonna-
the point 5 is a little, but you're
we will
doing great.
just catch a little bit more of the forehead. Yes. And comfortable
Should I
enough
go
at
diagonal
point
first?
You
5,
can do whatever you
even though
like, as long
we're
as you
pulling up
do 2 good passes.
pinpoint bleeding. She
And I
is
think you probably
comfortable,
wanted to do
very
that because your
compliant,
hand was
and
naturally
especially when
in that
clients have
place
extreme
where
Her
it could just like
hairline
pull.
we don't
kinda
mind
like
a little
that, so I
discomfort,
thought,
but this
oh,
isn't
okay.
anything that we need to
Started
numb our
out like
clients.
that.
So this procedure only took approximately a half hour because we
You
did a
doing
little
okay?
VPN
Yeah.
too. We also put her under the deep red LED, which she
She
absolutely
sounds like
enjoys
that
and her
too
skin
when I'm
needs.
behind the
But
head, and
she
sometimes I'm like, really?
is getting
Like,
great results.
you okay?
Let me get
Yes.
okay, so I took a little collage when I was done. Oh, whoop. Where are you? I'm sure she's in here. We'll find her. Okay, we mix it up a little business, a little pleasure. So we were able to attend a concert in the park in Cape Charles. And if you don't know anything about Cape Charles, it is the coolest little town on the Delmarva Peninsula. And I was lucky enough to have 2 nurses from the Delmarva Peninsula come with me. So Gertie, in the blonde hair, she's from Lewis, Delaware, and she's got a opening. She's opened a new practice, and she's adding to it. Suzanne Cherix in Chincoteague, she also has opened her practice and is adding these procedures. So they know about the Delmarva Peninsula. They knew about Cape Charles. They've even visited before. So this was great fun for them to get away and actually eat, sleep, and drink these procedures. And we talked about so much more than just the procedures that I'll tell you all about it. But here's my girl that we just did prior to. So when she came in for the very first time, the photos on the left-hand side of each before and after picture were her before photos. Now, she had 2 treatments. She came in yesterday, and before we did her 3rd Dermafrac treatment, I took a picture. So this picture was taken before yesterday's treatment. You can see how much she's lightened up. You can see how the cystic acne on the side has diminished. She did develop a little, she does have one little cyst. We didn't do anything with it because, in my opinion, I think that's going to resolve itself. So I'm not going after every single thing, but her texture has changed. The darkness has changed. And she is super, super happy thus far. That was 2 treatments. So you'll have to stay tuned to my RN Faces page or to the nurses in Chincoteague and Lewis, Delaware, because they as well will get these results up on their Facebook pages or Instagram, because these are the results that they helped achieve. I did not do any of the Dermafrac yesterday or the Skin Classic. They did it all. Also, what I'd like to do is help them along with a couple quick posts for social media. Now, here, both of the nurses have the Illuminate, and they absolutely love it. So we brainstormed while we were here on how they can incorporate the Illuminate into a standalone treatment, incorporate it into their treatment protocols. And we came up with some really, really cool things. And that's the fun of our business, right? We can develop our own protocols. We're not held to protocols that are something that maybe we don't want to do. We want to stand out from the crowd. We want to do something different, but very therapeutic. So, for those of you that don't know about the Illuminate Deep Red LED, it is the bomb. I absolutely love it. It is the best LED that I have ever seen on the market for a few reasons, right? Deep red LED through Illuminate is a 5-minute treatment. So, in my line of work, I'm a nurse. I don't have my clients in my office generally more than ever 45 minutes. So it's typically a half hour they're in my office. So a 5-minute LED treatment just makes sense for me. Now, there are other great LEDs out there, great companies. However, you have to invest the time for your client, 20 to 30 minutes. But with this, it's a 5-minute treatment. It's revolutionary. So my nurses in business, my estheticians that want to save time, but still give their clients the effect of deep red LED, this is perfect. So I went ahead and just made a quick post for them. But what we developed, I thought, and it was from these gals, we were chatting. I want to show you, they are both going to receive, let's see here, because we did it in the office, they're going to receive these free microdermabrasion tips. So these are my buffing tips. It's a microdermabrasion handle with these medium grit heads. And what we actually do is buff the skin. So this is what we came up with. Let me just go back because they came up with a great slogan or tag for the treatment. It's only 15 minutes, and it's a way to get their clients interested in their practice. You know, some people, when they see that you're in practice, they may not want to be super committal to an expensive treatment. Maybe a $200 Dermafrac treatment is something they want, but they don't really know you. They want to get to know you. They want to come in and see what you're all about, like a consultation. But you can, what they did is put together a 15-minute treatment for, say, $35 to $45. And what they'll do, they'll utilize the skincare in their office, cleansing the skin, double cleanse if they need to. They'll go ahead and buff the skin with the free suction-free tips from my store. But because they came up with this great procedure, I wanted to make sure that they got them free. My trusty assistant just sent them off to them today, so they'll probably have them by tomorrow. So they're going to buff the skin with this, with our tips. Then they're going to apply the skincare they use in the office. Now, I use Definage, so I would use number 2, wait 30 seconds, use number 3, and then put on the LED hood. It will be a total of 15 minutes. Why the client is under the hood, we have already evaluated their skin, and we've evaluated their intake form. We've seen what their concerns are. So why we have this captive audience, they're sitting there relaxing like they're on a summer vacation. Then we can go ahead and really chat about the procedure that we think is best for them. We can also chat about the skincare that we've used on their skin. Now they have, they've gotten a demonstration of how the skincare feels. The skin's opened up with a buffing type of procedure. And you know they're going to get such a glow. We did it on one of our clients, brand new client, yesterday during training. I'll see if we have pictures and video of that, and I think we do. But the client is relaxed, receptive to the consultation, to what you have to say, your suggestions. So now they can go home and think about the procedure that you have suggested. And at that point, they may even want to sign up for those. So thank you, girls. I think that was a great, we called it the Buff and Glow, and it's a 15-minute treatment. Now, I've done that treatment, but I wasn't savvy enough. I didn't really have that great name. I think I called it a Go and Glow, but I like it Buff and Glow because you want to really abrade the skin, whether you do a quick microderm, but a quick microderm might take a little bit longer. When you use the buffing tool, then it's a little quicker, and you just have to get in and do a little bit of buffing to get your skincare in there. So, okay, some other things that we talk about too. Some of our nurses have never had a consultation with a cosmetic client. So I like to share my JOT forms, from the spa form to the Dermafrac consent to all of those, and then they can put them in their library. And if you don't know, JOT form is free for up to, I think, 5 forms. So if you don't want to pay for JOT form, I think you can really work the system a little bit, like I think my one nurse is going to do, and have, say, the one important form, the intake form, and then maybe 2 important forms like Dermafrac. But then their consent form can be multiple consents in one form. They only need to sign the one that they're actually doing. So there are ways to really use JOT form free without paying for it. Now, I have a lot more forms, so I do pay for it, but I don't think you need to, especially in a practice where you have condensed procedures. Like, my nurses generally don't have a lot of fluffy different types of all kinds of facials. They have a couple procedures that they do, and they're shorter procedures, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So you can kind of get all of that in one consent form with multiple consents. So that, I think, is helpful. And those are the kinds of things we like to chat about when we're not working on skin. Maybe we're driving around in the golf cart, right? And we're talking about this. We're talking about marketing. We're talking a little bit about Facebook. It was fun because yesterday even we had a few Facebook things go on, and boom, the light bulb went off. People were responding to the Facebook thing that they were posting. So that's great. And sometimes you don't have the confidence to do that, but when you're with like-minded people and then you go and you hit the send button or post button, it makes a lot of sense. So the camaraderie really helps. So we did learn as well. So see, my form in JOT form helps a lot because I have in my form, what minor skin imperfections would you like to have treated? Well, that takes away the embarrassment of the client not telling me that they have skin tags. And I don't want to say, hey, lady, did you know you have skin tags? But when they tick off these and I get that through my email, I can look at her skin and see already what's bothering her so that during her consultation, I can address those issues without embarrassment, without feeling like, oh, I hope she doesn't mind that I tell her skin does look a little dull, or, yeah, did you know those things on your face were sebaceous hyperplasia? So when they tick off what they don't like, I can have at them and really help their skin. So that's why they're coming to us, because they have issues with their skin, or maybe that they're at a stage in life when they're mature. Maybe their kids have already gone to college, got married, and now it's time for them. They look in the mirror and many times they're like, oh, wow, I just don't, I need some help. And so we are their first line of defense. They may not want the fillers and the Botox right away. They don't really even know about some of these procedures. Yesterday, we had a model come in who was a virgin, she called herself. She's not had any procedures done. And so we treated her the way we would treat a brand new client that has never had a procedure done. So we ease into it with maybe some microdermabrasion. We did treat some minor skin imperfections. We did some red LED. We introduced her to good at-home skincare. I sent her home with a sample so she can see how important it is. Some of our clients come to us and I can tell that maybe they're not going to be a once a month, every month type of client. So the nurses get to see and hear how I chat with the clients and say something like, if procedures aren't something that you're readily thinking about, the most important thing is good at home skincare procedures you can do at home. So at least the client knows I care. They may use my skincare, be uh, ordering it on a regular basis. And that is a helpful part of any practice, is how to incorporate skincare into your client's life. So we do that as well. And so the great thing too, all of the video, all of the pictures, and there's so much more that we have done that they will be able to share on their LinkedIn, their Facebook, all of those different platforms that they're going to. Now, I think that's it. Okay, good. So let me come back here. And if there are any questions, oh, thanks, Brenda. What was a great idea, though? Because I was rambling on when you said that. So I appreciate that. And I'll tell you, boy, 2 days of doing this with the nurses is so invigorating. But I'll bet they're just like me today, like, whew, wiped out. We are tired. Like I said, we saw 15 clients, and these were all back to back. And lunchtime at my place, unfortunately, we don't go out to lunch. I get little lunch boxes sent in because we don't have time for that. We don't have time to go out and eat. We do go out after hours, and maybe we'll have a little wine at the condo. This time we were pressed for time, and I felt terrible because I treat my nurses pretty good. I take them to dinner, and my husband usually joins us, but I guess we were working a little late. We were taking a cart ride. I think we had a glass of wine at the condo, and all of a sudden it was time to go to the concert. So they had food trucks at the concert, and that was kind of fun. So I was a big spender that night, and I got to treat my nurses to hot dogs. That's what they wanted. So did I. But, usually it's a little bit more than that. But we did have so much fun at the concert, driving around Cape Charles. We saw so many people at the concert that we treated. So see, these people can be treated and go out that same night. So the nurses got to see that my practice really is something that they can attain and all of that. So, the buff and glow idea. Okay. Yes, Brenda, I think you should steal that because it's a great way to bring clients in. Also, what they're doing with this is they're doing an open house not too far from now. And that is a perfect procedure to do when you have an audience, because when you cleanse, you buff, you use your product, and you put the hood on, there is a guarantee that when they sit up, their skin will look amazing, right? So they're all jazzed up. And when other people see the results of just a 15-minute treatment, it's going to be unbelievable. So that brings in a good amount. So, and you can see maybe on my Facebook page or maybe even on my website, I have that going on with my Definage skincare and my red LED as a 15-minute treatment. But I think I'm going to revamp mine too after I was brainstorming with these awesome skincare professionals. So yes, I love that. It was a great idea. So I don't see my nurses on here. They're probably comatose at this point because it was a very busy weekend. So if anyone is interested in this, they have questions, you can always contact me through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, by email, Messenger. I'm very responsive when I'm not in a 2-day training. So I have a lot of catching up to do today. So I will get back to work, and thank you all for watching. If I will see you next Monday, topic unknown at this time, but usually occurs from a lot of questions that I get through the week. So if you do have questions about your practice in regard to my procedures or equipment, please let me know, and that might be our topic for next week's training. Take care, everybody, and have a great Monday. Bye-bye. Oh, Suzanne, yay, you're here. Did you just get here or have you been here? You're a creeper for sure. Oh, thanks, Suzanne. That was fun. So much fun. And I have so many things to get over to you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Nope. Creeping. Okay. So, yeah, so this is available in replay. And Suzanne, you're going to get a lot of good pictures, video, especially of you doing these procedures. And everybody loved the buff and glow that you guys came up with. And my trusty assistant, Jackie, has already sent out those to you and Gertie. And because you guys are fairly close, you might just get them tomorrow. She's quick on her feet when she ships stuff out for me. I love her. So, okay, thanks for spending time with me this weekend, Suzanne. It was a pleasure. Your hands are awesome around the face. You feel really comfortable. I can tell. You'll wait till you see all the video that I'm going to ship to you, and you'll be able to use for your social media. Okay, everybody. So I'm exhausted. I think I'll go to bed for a few days after this one. Ha ha. So take care, everybody. Have a great Monday. Bye-bye.